Hey guys, just want to put this in front of the video that I know my videos are kind of long-winded or maybe just a little bit longer than most people probably should be doing them. I am doing this for my phone most of the time, and I do some editing to try and eliminate whatever dead spots or whatever crap I can on the videos. But yeah, these are just, me doing these, hopefully bring some extra knowledge to you guys that you might not otherwise be aware of. And yeah, I appreciate if you guys stick with the videos to the very end. If you don't really gain much knowledge on them, I'm not doing this for a career or anything, obviously. Just want to do it to help people out. So yeah, I'm probably going to front load my brief talk on SC compatibility of things, and then from that, I will just roll into the rear panel installation video. Apologies for a disjointed video here, but just talking on the compatibility of 2007 plus SC parts for elements between 2003 and 2006, like this one is really a lot that can go on here. It's not too much work. I'm only just started with interior stuff, really. If you see my other video about the console, that was its own hassle, but we got it in there successfully. Just did the rear door panels today. I did the front door panels already. And you'll see, like, I have these two pieces for the dash right here. Now this one 100% plug and play, so I can slap it on right now if I really wanted to. The only issue is really the cluster trim piece right here, because if you look at it right here, it's different shape for the interior ring. This inner bezel kind of piece right here, see how it kind of points sharply. But if you actually look on your dash, or this, if you're obviously aware of this, the older style dash is a straight circles, doesn't have a pointed forward protruding like a cutout. And that's because the cluster on the newer models, 2007 and up, those are just shaped differently. They're different cluster instruments, or instrument clusters. And that's why this is more or less as is not compatible. Now, sure, I've seen people do this on the Facebook groups, is that they'll trim out the interior here to accommodate the older style. And while I could do that, I'm fairly good with a Dremel. I am not particularly fond of how the end result looks like, because sure, the top might be clean and flush to the older cluster, but you still have to worry about, like, this, the lower part that's not going to sit flush at all. So that bothers me a lot. So another thing too is I don't really, these parts are not really rare per se, but at the same time, we're getting to the point where these parts are costing a lot of money, and especially for like this piano black style plastic trim or finishing. So I just don't feel like I really want to wreck a good piece of hardware here if I don't have to. Of course, I'll end up probably reselling it to someone who does, and just fucking takes a Dremel to it and calls it a day anyway. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, so all the SE pieces, really, that's the biggest one that you can't really work with without modification. Or if you're really up for that kind of work, making an SE or 2007 cluster, instrument cluster compatible with an older model. Now, they're not plug and play, they're different electronics and wiring altogether. So I'm sure there is a way, if you're dedicated, to figure that out and actually rework the wiring, the harness, to make it work with a newer cluster. But it's not going to be a simple thing, from what I understand. Additionally, front end parts, I haven't done mine yet. I do have the bumper already, SE style bumper, 2007 SE style bumper to be specific, and I do have exactly one headlight, so I need to get the other headlight. Those parts are functionally plug and play as well, But the only critical, the specific difference is that the headlights are meant for a type of projection style. And if you know about the SE, anything about the SE models, they also don't have the side markers here. And that's all housed within the headlight unit. I just decided to go grab it really quick. You can see this completely different style for housing for the 2007. I believe 2008 and above are actually a completely different style headlight also altogether. I could be wrong about that, but I know for a fact that these are more or less exclusive to the 2007 versions. And you can see, obviously way bigger than, well, probably way wider. Let me put on this side, it's more comparable. So yeah, it is actually way wider. Wraps around to the side of the body a little more. And see the back has a little more going on to it than the front. Actually pretty cool. This one needs obviously some TLC. But if you're going to get these, make sure you get these brackets on the top and bottom. Because from what I understand, people, or it can be a pain in the ass to get these mounted if you don't have the brackets already included. So, because I do see them on eBay from time to time, just a headlight housing itself without these components at all. So, yeah. But basically, when you install these, you have to redo some of the wiring, I believe, for the headlights as well. And then you can't see it because I don't have the bumper off, but there is also, I believe, a compressor line that goes on this side up and over. Now on the SE models it goes up and down and inwards, I believe. I could be wrong, it's been a minute since I looked at it. But basically that line could on the older elements could interfere with the installation of those headlights because of the brackets. And I do have extra. The gentleman I got the parts from, he gave me the compressor lines from the SE console or SE model, and so when I get to that point, I guess I'll have to figure it out. But yeah, those parts can be interchanged on here. You just have to make sure that you're aware of that ahead of time. So when you're in the middle of the actual conversion itself, you're not going to run into a surprise. So yeah, that. I mean, I'm, focusing more on the cosmetic stuff. There's obviously electronics and stuff like that is a little different, but that really just deals with the cluster, instrument cluster. So, as I mentioned before, I have the interior panels done now. I'm quite happy how they came out. Like I said, I just need to do a better cleaning job, probably the interior as a whole. Console's still there, holding up really well, no issues. See my daughter's gear sunglasses we got for her from Japan. And yeah, not really much else to it. I mean, going beyond all this stuff, I know I see people selling like the actual SE carpet like floor mat instead of the rubberized stuff, and I have to imagine you can just toss that in there to an extent, and probably there might be some more modification for that, but it's an option. These cars are very versatile in that regard, that you can swap stuff out if you really want to, if you're dedicated enough. The first thing I added on here were this amazing spoiler and the SC style headlights, because it's funny because I didn't even realize it until you see it side by side with the OEM style that these are actually way darker, tinted on purpose. I mean, they're not going to be as tinted as some people would do for custom, lights. They just want to keep it relatively certain that they wouldn't have any legal issues, I guess. But it's still noticeably darker, especially at distance. And it does look a lot better, especially if you're going for that kind of look. I know my car is filthy. Panels have a lot of sun damage. I'm going to be dropping these off at a paint body shop in the next month, and getting these redone to at least look nice, because I want to, make a nice looking car. which is why I'm doing all this stuff. And don't judge the wheels are dirty, I know too. But yeah, this is where I'm at with things, and there'll be more to come. Welcome back, and I'm going to be doing some SC updates to my vehicle, my 2006 Honda Element EX. And these parts are from a 2007 or up SC model. And as everyone says, these cars are like Legos, and guess what? These are probably the closest things to it as far as car parts, because these are just pretty much plug and play. Now, as you can see, this style and this style are different. And the thing is, I have this style currently in my front door panels, and I prefer this style because it's more muted. It's hard to tell on the camera maybe, but it's more of a silverish white and black color. And this is like a two-tone green and orange. There's nothing wrong with it, it's just not my style. But other than that, I mean, these parts are black. This floor part's black as well. And you can see the EX version, or at least the one I have, 2006, are like a gray and black color scheme going on, which is not bad either. I like it too. But since I'm doing this whole SC, soft SC conversion, I want to be consistent. And I did get these panels as part of a deal, a package deal with the front doors, but however, both of them had pretty gnarly cracking going on around the edges, and just didn't look good. I didn't want to spend time to fix it, so I found those two on good old-fashioned eBay, and remarkably good condition. I mean, yeah, a little dirty, but that's something I can fix easily. And funnily enough, this piece, I don't have it open, but you look on the back side, it still has the speaker installed. So I gotta get that out. Hopefully that didn't cause any issues or damage. It's what is it? Kicker? I don't know. I'll pull that anyway. And so the only thing I will have to do is that I need to swap this one out for one of these. Now, I have my old ones right here, or the broken ones I have here, so I might just pop one of those off and move it on over. The other thing to think about is that, well, I didn't think about it until this morning actually, was what does the Honda SC have that older models don't? I'm pretty sure some of you already know this, but it's the door-mounted seat, or seat belt. And so because of that, you have one of these down here. And when we pull it off, I'll show you. See, this piece is completely different structurally, right? Because you need to have this mounted right there. If you look over here, this is all completely flat. Now, these pieces are removable. So you can see right there, that's a little tab. It's like a little separate piece of hardware that rotates, I think. Yeah, it moves around. But pretty much it slots right into a little hole right here. And I'm very glad that they had the forethought to not close this up. I don't think they really needed to anyway, just because of the fact that you didn't have to want to change the whole tooling for this particular plastic piece for the entire line. So it makes sense. So because of how easy this little cap is to remove, I was like, oh, I might have to take a Dremel out and actually cut things. But no, I'm just going to pull it off of that door, swap it here, same color plastic, no cutting, no dremeling, and we have a car coming. Alright, delivery man is on his way back to where he came from. And now I want to be putting this door in first on that one. Alright, I'm not going to go through the full sequence because there's actually a few good videos already explaining how to take the whole panel off. But in a nutshell, you still have the same two screws behind here, the little latch panel. Obviously screw into here, see it. And then you got to take off this cover right here. And let's do it like that. So these are recent speakers I put in. So you gotta take the speakers out, obviously, and then one screw under here, and then was told the little circle part comes off, but I think people just, I don't know. I'll figure it out, but I think I saw a guy just peel it off and do it that way. So I don't want to mar up that plastic if I can help it. But yeah, and then you just gotta be careful, just like anything else, and pop it off. So quickly, I didn't mention that little cap. It does actually pop out. I just reached under there and pried up the rubber a little bit and pushed my finger out to see if it would do it, and yeah. And then right there should be, I believe, 12. Yeah, 12 right here. Nope, too small. Okay, it is actually a 14. Alright, so I got the panel off, and then it was a little tough. I never took this one off, so it's probably just really tight from being on there for so long. The one thing I learned from doing the front panels especially is just making sure after you take the panel off, you don't have any straggler components holding like the little clips that hold on to the plastic. I'll show you in a second. Just make sure that they're not, you know, sometimes they'll pull off the plastic panel itself and stay lodged in there. You're not paying attention when you go back to put it on, thinking you had them all, or you broke it or whatever. You'll find that you have to take it off and redo it again. So yeah, just make sure you're not missing any clips on your door panel. So getting back over here, I have both sides side by side now. This is the one that's pulled off, and this is the one I'm putting on. As you can see, it's identical. The only thing that's different, obviously, is the, you know, between the color here and the down below, is that this is covered in cloth. It's like a fabric. It's like a piece of metal with fabric over it. And I'll show you that in a minute. But the one thing I mentioned earlier was this piece right here. As you can see right here, it's different. So if I put this on here and cover that little hole, and then you don't have to worry about the seatbelt hole anymore. But the thing is, I need this over here. So I'm going to pop this off. So from the inside, you can see how it's kind of structured. There's little tabs up here that lock it on the top. So I'm gonna, all right, there it goes. So it popped off. And this is what I mentioned earlier, the little black tab right there. Oh, look at that, it's actually a different shape too, unless this one's broken. Well, shouldn't be an issue. So yeah, let me pull this off really quick and get going. Okay, so one thing to consider is that this is on my 2006. This is the SE version. And you'll see that on my older model, there's like a round piece of hardware. I'm not sure if it's a specific type of plastic rivet, but that boy is locked in there, I think. I'm not sure. I'm not going to play around with it too much. I don't want to damage it, but I couldn't just pull that off. And what is different here is that this is the SE. Zoom, okay, there you go. See, it's like a little thin little piece of plastic, and that's it. And this one actually looks like you could just transfer it over too. Well, I bring this up because I had to be very careful here. I was trying to be careful to pull it over that round cap. I did tear a little bit of it. That's not the end of the world, but I don't want to damage anything more than I need to just to make this work. So I want to do the same over here, and hopefully I don't rip anything. So finally got it on there. You can see went on just like you'd expect it to. Got that little piece of rubber on there. Didn't really tear it, so that's good. And yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, I was afraid I was going to have to cut that hole, but not really. There was a slight color. It's supposed to be black too, but I don't know, like maybe a slight texture difference really, but it really is not big of a deal. So yeah, it's going to be covered by the door or the seat belting anyway, mostly. It's not going to be noticeable. So yeah, let's get this onto the door. All right, got it back on. It looks pretty good. It was pretty straightforward, no issues. Even with the weather stripping, I was a little concerned about pulling that off, but no big deal. Yeah, nice and clean. Like I mentioned, like like it was born for it. So yeah, just make sure that when you put everything back together, just always test the functionality. I already did that before recorded. Put the speaker back in, you know, usual stuff. So I'm going to do the other side probably tomorrow morning, and I'm also going to talk about some additional things about the SE compatibility with this element, or rather compatibility with elements 2003 through 2006 at least, because for the most part, same but different. Well, it's now day 2, and it's morning and some sunlight, and I'm going to do the driver's side door now, rear door. The thing about this one that I didn't do or didn't have to do yesterday was the fact that obviously this doesn't match this particular style, and so what I'm going to basically be doing is swapping this out, and then probably cleaning this up a little bit. It's kind of gross, honestly. It needs to be cleaned pretty good. So this is going to be doing that. One thing to note is that the shape of these are specific to the side of the door you're on. So in this case, this is longer side to the left and shorter on the right. And you'll see that it's the same on this one. Pulled it off the old one I had. And so we're going to do it here. Now, unlike the front door panels where you have the same kind of thing going on, pulling these off, you know, going behind and pulling the tabs and everything was simple. It just pops right out. The only thing I'm noticing here, or did notice, is that because of the tight space, if you want to pop this off and put something back on, it's probably going to be way easier for you to pull off this handle as well. So I'll be pulling this off, because I had to do that to get this one off. I had to, you know, pull the tabs up and everything. I'll show you, but it was locked in pretty solid with the armrest there in place. But it's not difficult. And yeah, let's get started. So the back side here, you'll see like this material. You can probably see it on other things in the element if you pull your car apart enough. This honestly gets kind of nasty, but it's not going to be exposed, you know, when it's installed. I think what I'm going to do is just going to cut down the middle here so I can fold it over. That way gravity will hold this down. Otherwise I'd have to probably tape it up or something. But yeah, the panel that you want to get behind is right here. You see all the screws. They make holes for the access, which is kind of funny, but these are for the actual armrest itself. Okay, so I mentioned before is that these panels, the fabric panels, are held on with these little bent tabs. So this is like the OEM style door panel as you get from the factory usually, but they just put these little slots in them. And so the easiest way I found is just getting a flathead screwdriver and just pry them up. Now you can do it by hand a little bit too. I do have my Leatherman, but you just reach under there where you get a little grab to it and just bend them up so that they're out of the way. So when you need to, you know, get all of them up and ready, you can just pop it out. So yeah, I want to do the rest of these. Okay, all the tabs are now pointing upward. They're not too difficult. Some of the ones at the ends that are a little flatter than normal, so it doesn't have to be the more difficult ones to get to. So the last thing I need to do now is get these little screws out. That way I can pop the armrest off. Alright, now that's off. I should be able to just pop this off. The rear as well. There it goes. Okay, so there's the handle right there. Ugh. Ugh. That's gross. Now this should just pop off relatively easy. Yeah. Just like that. So now, before I throw this on, now I'm gonna try and clean this. Alright, clean up way better than I thought it would be actually. It's still not perfect, but considering how it was before. And I'll just recommend recommended using a little magic eraser type of things. That's what I started doing. It helps get a lot of the crap off. Like there's a blue mark that was here originally, that came off after a little bit of scrubbing. There are these little vertical stains almost. I'm not sure what caused it or not, but most of it's pretty much gone now. There's a little bit of remnant right here. I probably need to spend more time working on, but for the most part, the whole thing is pretty much nicer looking than it was when I first got it. So I'm just going to clean the armrest now. Alright, here it is cleaned up. It took a few minutes, but I mean, considering how it looked before, I'd say that's a hell of an improvement. Now, it's not perfect. It can definitely use probably even more cleaning, but I don't have a lot of time today. I just need to get this on here, so I need to get it sanitized at least, and then I hit it with some of the plastic, what was it, the VRP from Chemical Dust. And it actually looks pretty good now. Not as marred up as I thought. It is still marred up a little bit on the plastic. It's hard to see maybe over the video, but yeah, let's just get this back on the door and get things buttoned up. Alright, so now we move on to the next step, which is getting this panel on, and hopefully it should just be plug and play. Might need to put the camera down for this one, but yeah, just gotta line the holes up. It's like a Lego. Alright, so I got the panel in place now, and just to be extra cautious to make sure when I flip it over it's not just going to fly out. Remember, this will lock at least the bottom half of that fabric panel in place. So I just gotta line this sucker back in and get it in place, and then I'll flip this over. Alright, I got the screws back in place, so hopefully the handle or the armrest won't come off now. Now the one thing that's left that I need to do is just get these tabs bent upward, but what I'm going to have to do likely is actually just kind of, well, probably put some pressure back here and bend them. I'm going to do that one right there. And so I'm trying to follow the natural bend that they originally had, just to be consistent and not put too much stress on the metal. Not that I think the metal will snap off, but you never know. And yeah, let's just finish the rest of these. Yeah, quick and simple. I noticed actually, because when I took the screwdriver to take off the first panel, you see little markings from the plastic from the screwdriver. I did notice that pretty much the fold pattern was the same. So I don't know if there's a rhyme or reason to it, but yeah, it's pretty interesting. You figure it'd just be a random, whoever's working on at the factory that day is like, but yeah, it seems like there's an actual pattern to it. So I just got some blue masking tape. I'm just going to tape this down to keep it cohesive and not flap around everywhere. And then I can actually move on to putting onto the door. Seeing as I do have a light now, I was going to go back over the door for taking it apart. Obviously, take the stereo out, screw right there, screw in usual suspect type spot, and then right here, same too, just like you have over here. The only slight difference is that the mechanism which it's attached to is more of a cable instead of a rod. Now it is kind of hooked in there the same exact way. Where you have that little pink lever right there, you gotta unsnap it, and that way it'll free that little metal piece right there. And you just pop it out. It seems like an L shape. You gotta pop the pink piece off, rotate it out of the way, push the rod down, and then you see it's connected to like a little cable, and that little green tab is locked in place in like a little bracket, and you just pop that out too. But yeah, and then outside of that, here's the door seatbelt. This little round piece does pop off the way I'm gonna. Let me see if I can do it really quick. I don't want to do too much here, but you can peel off this whole lower piece right here, really. But if you just stick your finger back here, and this is almost like a gasket type way it fits in there, and that way exposes a 14mm bolt head. And then from there, you just work your way around. You pull off the weather stripping right here. You don't have to go all the way around to the very bottom, just the outside. And I probably can replace this actually. But yeah, just pull it out of the way, and then you just pull the panels off just like any other plastic piece. Okay, I was talking about this last night, but you see how on the SC panel, it's a enclosed kind of thing, whereas on the 2006 and below, you have a hole there for the seatbelt bolt. Now, what I did last night on the other door is this piece just pops off, just like that, and it's held in with like a little plastic cap type of thing. And so this is pretty dirty for some reason. Yeah, so pretty much you're just gonna transfer it over here. This pops off. This one is a slightly different one. Oh wait, oh, interesting. So the one I had last night was a different style. This one's the same exact style as my version. So I wonder what that's about. Anyway, not the end of the world. Just gonna pop that off and swap it over here. And it's the last thing I need to do before I can throw it on my door. And yes, I ripped off that plastic stuff because it was falling apart. Okay, got that piece on. Now the last thing to do just before you go and try and plug this on is make sure that you have all the white clips. As you can see, I'm missing 1, 2, and 3. That's all. So since I have extra door panels, I have extras of these. These do get really brittle though, if you're familiar with putting these, using these things frequently or not. But yeah, these do actually break quite easily with old age is what I'm getting at. So yeah. And this one more. And these just slide on. And yeah, now I should be ready to just pop it on. There's the finished product. It's all installed now. Just always make sure your door latch still works properly. Let me just do that to make sure. Yep, still works. And there we go. Now we have all 4 doors matching now. Want to get some carpet cleaner, probably scrub up the fabric though, and do some more cleaning on these. But yeah, just hard part's over with that.